Hello, it's Rowan here for part 2 of my healthy show and tell video. So, in part 1, I ended with this product, Terramin Clay. I have a lot more to say about it. I'm going to go over some of the products and just say more important things about them. First of all, I have to say that this clay tastes so good. I love the taste of clay. Something almost intuitive, or just the primal instinct kicks over when I taste it. I'm like, oh my gosh, like my body loves that. And I love the smell of wet dirt. Something I've always loved, the smell of wet rocks, like the cave smell and clay and earth and dirt. I just love it. Like, one of the best smells is like a bunch of like dry dirt, like at a fair or something, and then like they put the water over it, and so that mist, it comes up with this mist of this humid, dusty earth smell in the air. I just love it. But for real, I was watching YouTube videos about this product, and definitely I think it's a youthifying agent. It will help us stay younger. I think it's anti-aging. Well, that makes sense because minerals are very important for anti-aging, and this is loaded with minerals. And it even says right here, because of global soil depletion and preparation of processed foods, people all over the world are not getting the trace minerals they need. So a product like this would contain 57 ionic trace minerals, similar to something like sea salt. Celtic Gray sea salt is a very healthy product. I believe it contains 80-something minerals. Or you can use Himalayan pink rock salt. What a cool thing. It's just, from what I've heard and from what I've gathered over the years, it's definitely better to eat unrefined salts because they have all the minerals and nutrients that go with the salt rather than just sodium chloride table salt. So get yourself some natural salt, and your body will love you for it, I think. Plus, it just tastes better. Natural salt. But I believe the Celtic Gray salt is even better than this, from what I've heard. Because Celtic Gray mineral sea salt has a lot more minerals, and it's more moist. It's got that ocean essence still in it. Like a rock salt like this would be just dry and more not as close to the life force of the ocean, So, but maybe there's benefits too. Maybe it's more pure than the Celtic Gray salt, because the Celtic Gray salt has to contend with all the ocean pollutants. And maybe when this salt was put in the earth, the oceans were more pure. So that's another thing to consider. But I'm not too worried about some, a little bit of contamination in the Celtic Gray salt. That is my favorite salt, I think, because it is, like I said, just feels more closer to the ocean. The moistness, that's how it's like retaining more water. I think that's a good quality to salt. I think you want the salt to not be so dry. You want it to have that living essence. Like Celtic Gray salt has like it'll start to crawl up the sides of your glass. Literally, you have a jar. Like if I put Celtic salt in this, it would start to crawl up the sides, and it's just more alive. And you put water in there, it would just form all these weird crystals. And anyways, I played around with different salts over the years, and I'm impressed by the Celtic Gray salt. Anyways, let's go on to our next product. Oh yeah, there was something I was going to say. So in our last video, I mentioned it's just a few different kombucha brands. Well, this actually is my favorite. It's the ginger Synergy Kombucha. Freaking amazing. This company is really cool. I love it. It's just, especially this flavor. This flavor, amazing. So good for your gut. So good for your... What do I always tell people about this? Why does kombucha, why is this so good for us? It's because of the glucuronic acid. Glucuronic acid, which, if you Google that ingredient, glucuronic acid, that actually helps the liver detoxify itself and cleanse itself. And that's always good. The liver is very important, obviously. So, what else can I say? Yes. Garlic. This is one of my biggest health secrets. Literally of all. Garlic. I eat so much of it. Like, people eat not enough of it. People eat like, oh, a little bulb or a little clove, you know. I mean, sorry, a bulb is the entire thing. That's more like a good dose. Like, you can eat the entire, I've eaten, I think just last night, I ate the entire bulb. Everything, like an entire, I know these are pretty small ones, but still, you can eat an entire bulb. People say, a clove a day keeps the doctor away. How about a bulb a day? An entire one of these things every day. How about that? I heard there was a lady who cured her cancer, an older lady who cured her cancer because she ate 100 cloves of raw garlic a day. So that is impressive. Very impressive. And so it's ironic because I'm wearing this vampire shirt, but garlic, you know, they said the vampires didn't like garlic. But what if it's the opposite? What if we were lied to and the vampires love garlic? What if garlic is their, what if, you know, that stereotype of vampires, you know, that stench. Are vampires stereotypically thought of being kind of stinky, like they're living dead? No, that's more like the zombie thing. But there might be something to it. But that vampires, yeah, they could have just switched it around on us. Backwards world. They flipped it around, and actually vampires love garlic, and that's why they live forever. Anyways, that's my theory. Here's another cool ingredient that I love. Oh, by the way, here's the secret to eating garlic without burning your mouth and your stomach. It's very simple. Combine the raw garlic, clove, take a clove off like this, whatever. Like say you're eating the garlic. And you just take a big bite and then mix it with something fatty and salty. Fatty and salty. That is the secret, because that will cut the heat in your mouth so it does not burn. So, you know, you would eat a piece of garlic like that, and you'd get some cheese. That would be a fatty and salty. This will cut the heat. So you can literally just, demonstration for you. You can eat a lot of garlic this way. Watch. Most people would say, that's way too much garlic, that'll burn your mouth. But if you mix it with the cheese, like so, you can eat it without it burning your mouth or your stomach. Because I have done it too much where I've eaten so much raw garlic that my mouth felt raw and tender, like I had damaged it, and I damaged my tongue and my gums. Or then it's like feels like it's burning your stomach. Well, here's the get around. You just mix it with some cheese, and that's not much cheese. So I can eat an entire clove of garlic with that. You know, most people might find this a bit spicy, but I'm kind of used to it. So, like, watch. Fatty and salty. You could mix it with an avocado. Some fermented vegetables because they're salty. Mix it with some soy sauce. That's the salt. And some olive oil, anything that's fatty and salty. That combination is the magic for eating more garlic in your diet. Let's talk about one of my favorite foods. Raw, organic sauerkraut. Now, this product is in plastic. I'm not a fan of that. But you know what? Sauerkraut is so good for you that even if it's in plastic, it's still better than nothing. I bet you anything. But definitely make your own in glass bottles, or buy it in glass bottles if you can find it. I've done that over the years. I've made several batches of sauerkraut and fermented veggies and kimchi. Kimchi is amazing. Amazing. I love kimchi, and I like it even more than sauerkraut. I love it. Kimchi is so delicious if you mix it with some, here's the secret. Mix it with some sour cream, garlic, hot peppers. Just mush it up. That's the secret. That's so good. And then you could put it in some nori packs. Let me show you this. Oh. Nori packs. These are so amazing. Really, you do what I just said. Get some kimchi, get some sour cream, garlic mashed up with some hot peppers, and then put it on a sheet of nori, or 2 sheets, or 3, or whatever, and then just put it on like that and eat it. You'll love it. You could wrap it up, like use these like a little wrap. These are so good. You could eat these by themselves. They're so good. Now, seaweed is so important because it's a source of iodine. People are deficient in iodine, and that's why so many people are getting cancer. That's part of it. But, love the ingredients here. Very pure. Love this company. And this one happens to be flavored with barbecue flavor, but normal plain is really delicious too, just with the plain sea salt. You can find it with avocado oil. These nori sheets, you can find them cooked in different oils. Some sunflower seed oil, avocado, olive oil, or you can just eat plain seaweed, but I really like the flavor. It is delicious. Iodine for your thyroid, don't forget that. Seaweed also has detoxifying fibers that help detoxify the colon and pull out heavy metals. Like we've heard, chlorella helps pull out heavy metals. All seaweeds have similar properties to that, where they can help the body detoxify various heavy metals and toxins from the colon and the entire body. Let's get to the next health secret here. Oh, before I get into the... Okay, boron. Boron. This is the fifth element. Literally. Have you seen the movie The Fifth Element? Really great movie. Love it. Obviously, one of the best movies of all time. And, you know, The Fifth Element. Yeah, you know. All the movie fans out there know what I'm talking about. The Fifth Element. What a great movie. Anyways, boron is the fifth element. And so, what was the theme? What was the fifth element in the movie? What was it symbolic of? It was symbolic of love. Love was the fifth element. But boron is literally the fifth element. And it tastes, well, this is a supplement. They mix it with some stuff, but this is just boron powder, basically. And boron, it almost tastes like sour tart candy. Yummy. Put some sugar in there, it would definitely taste like a sour tart candy. And I'm just going to wash it down with some raw fermented milk here. Yum. Raw fermented milk is one of the healthiest things you could ever be eating. And literally, raw milk is so healthy that you can literally, it's separating there. Raw milk is so healthy, you can literally just put it in jars. I like to transfer it to glass jars and just let it ferment. You could just let it ferment without adding any probiotic, and the natural bacteria in the raw milk will start to ferment it. And then you get that natural spectrum of the natural probiotic bacteria we'd be getting just from drinking raw milk. I mean, we must really be used. You could also add raw honey to your raw milk. Now this is a real probiotic. I mean, this is literally as natural as it gets, really. I mean, literally, you just take any raw milk and just let it sit on your counter at room temperature for a few days and it'll curdle. Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet eating her curds and whey. Curds and whey. And also the whey is amazing. You know, like the cheese industry, they're just like creating tons of this extra whey, and then they dehydrate it into this whey powder for these bodybuilders to consume. But the natural way of getting it would just be fresh, because that liquid portion of the whey is healthy. That is very hydrating. I would always love drinking liquid whey rather than, you know, those whey protein powders. The honey is amazing, goes well with the milk. The Bible even says the land of milk and honey, okay? Don't forget that. There's got to be some important reason for that, right? Right? And also, this video is 19 minutes already. I'm going to try to keep these videos under 20 minutes. So we're going to make a part 3 to this coming up. And we're going to talk about, I'll give you a little teaser for the next one. A little teaser. We're going to talk about the faith of the mustard seed. Coming up in the next video.